Hello everybody and welcome to a new episode of Banter Blitz. Finally, these pesky candidates are out of the way, so we can focus on the important stuff, which of course is Banter Blitz with Jan Gustafsson, episode 136. Before we get started, shout out to Fabian Caruana, very well-deserved victory, and it's going to be a very exciting match against Magnus Carlsen. I've had a great time. It's probably a lie, I'm exhausted, but it's been a fantastically interesting candidates tournament, and it's been really a privilege sitting next to Peter Svidler all the time. He's so good at chess. It's a bit tough for me because I get crushed in every variation, so I have to try not to look too silly and keep the thing going. But it's also really impressive to see how much he sees in a second. But that's not what we're here for. We're here to get upset about losing to Chess24 premium members, then implying, but not really saying it, that maybe they used computer assistance, and then, forget to do anything about it and play them again next time. This is how this show works. Alright, I haven't done this for a while. I think I'm supposed to accept one of the many challenges that I have. And give some speeches along the way, right? Let's just get this started and let's play against Carsten Terhorst. Carsten Terhorst, sounds German. Oh yeah, big part of the show is also to get upset because I will get accused eventually at some point in the show that I only play against Germans. Even though I've used that, my best joke, yesterday already. I'm not a big fan of Germans. I don't like touching them, I don't like playing them. Bit of a germaphobe. But I still get accused for this every show. For this. I'm frustrated already. I can't speak English. Where's Peter Svidler to say something eloquent? Generally speaking, in this position, mathematically the best move is knight to f6. And after short castles, we can take the pawn or develop the bishop. Nah, I can't even imitate it. I'm reading the chat where I asked for book recommendations. I feel like I don't read enough books. I feel most people don't in the year. Which year is it? 2018. But that should not stop us from trying. And my problem is I really never know what books to get. I have a bunch of stuff on my Kindle that I could probably finish, but normally it's more fun to get new books and then not read them. So please give me recommendations. Any genre will do, like fiction, non-fiction. Normally, most of my reading is, I guess, crime fiction nonsense. I have this project of going through the whole, what's called Smiley Le Carré series, which I haven't done yet. That sounds like a lot of work. I have to finish Truman Capote in Cold Blood. Is that what it's called in English? Reading in German, kaltblütig. So I haven't been doing a lot of reading recently. I have not read a lot about what do they call this opening? The Archangelski there. Bishop g5 immediately. Am I supposed to go h6? Probably. Then bishop f6, queen f6, bishop d5. Does that trouble me? Bishop d7. Nah. You could also start with bishop d5, bishop d7. That doesn't worry me unduly either. And just so we understand each other, I didn't mean chess books. I did read Annihilation, believe it or not, but I wasn't that much into it. This Vandermeer book was a bit weird. It didn't go where I was expecting it to go, and it sort of went on this LSD trippy thingy, like we merge with nature and we're all one, or what I would imagine an LSD trip is. I don't have a lot of drug experience. I do have a lot of Arkhangelsk experience. And I feel I'm doing fine here, no? Rook b8 or rook d8. I'm not sure which square is better. Then knight e7 is coming. I'm quite happy about my position already. I guess he's going to go AB, knight a3, but I'm in time to cover everything with knight e7. And once I get my knight to g6, normally the black initiative on the king side grows very, very quickly. Solar Knight is asking if didn't you and Peter roast Mr. Dodgy for reusing joke material, Jan? I didn't. I'm reusing joke material constantly. Like, I know like 7 things, and 3 of them are funny, so I have to shuffle them around quite a bit. And yeah, I think Peter got it wrong because Mr. Dodgy did not get to deliver the punchline. I forgot what Mr. Dodgy's joke was. Something about Facebook memes? See, I didn't even steal his material. And Carsten Terhorst is realizing that his position is not so fun to play. d5 is probably the best move. When I had a choice between DE and knight e5, both look very decent, but I'll try to keep it slightly more tense. Go DE. Queen e2, yeah. I wanna badly put my knight here. Nice side effect is that knight e7 covers the pawn on b5. So let's get this done. Wow. As usual, when I do these shows, quote-unquote shows, most of my time is spent staring at myself, and I'm used to staring at a smaller version of myself, sitting next to the mighty Peter Svidler. And now that it's me, myself, and I. First of all, note to self, wash your hairs. Hairs? Wash your hair before you do a show. They look a little greasy. Secondly, no, what do you call this? Shark collars? I kind of knew that, but I ran out of clean white iron shirts, so I had to bring the shark collar into the collection. I washed my own shirts this morning. That's how desperate I got. Washed them and, what do you call this? I don't know what stuff is called. Is it telling that I have zero vocabulary when it comes to washing and drying clothes? I guess it's dried them. We have this machine in our house. Do people call that a dryer? I don't know. Spread collar, that's what it's called. In German we call it Haifischkragen. So that would translate to shark collar. Let's look it up. How do I win here? He's almost stabilized, which I'm not happy about. So it's time to maybe threaten something. Bishop h3 is often menacing in these positions. Like he can't take because of queen g6, and it's a little tricky to cover. I could still do it. Probably would be met by g3, then knight d3. I have some threats, but I have some other ways that lead me, at the very least, very close to Rome, if not all the way there. Queen g6, queen g6, knight h4 seems like only move. And let's say queen g4. Yeah, that looks even better, I guess. Sad, bishop h3 is more show-offy. But I've been told that in the end, it's all about the victories, baby. Because this is Banter Blitz. This is not just messing around. This is serious competition. Gimme. Check. And now No fancy way to win. He can't really improve his position, though, as far as I can see. So I'll make sort of a pass. 93, 91 or whatever. Of course, 1. But it looks fairly desperate for white, no matter what. Check. My master plan is to clear the f1 square for the queen, and then give a check on that very f1 square with the queen. Once that is achieved, I will make it towards the g1 square in no time. Thanks for the game, Carsten Terhorst. Yeah, that didn't go well in the opening. That's a good thing about playing this aggressive bishop c5, b5 business. If white sets 1 foot wrong, he can often be worse, and then the game sort of plays itself. Thanks for it. Shark collar is what I researched for Haifischkram. Let's play Kaluki. Jussi Greens is saying, Jan, you and Peter made a joke during the candidates where you had Ding saying, do you speak English? Do you wish to resign? I don't get it. Can you explain? That's the best jokes, the ones that you go to great length explaining. I can't remember what we were talking about, but it's a reference to Viktor Korchnoi, who allegedly, but that's the story, that's probably true, once in a game against Mohamed Almodiaki, Grandmaster, asked his opponent, do you speak English? To which Almodiaki replied yes, and then he asked, why don't you resign? Which, yeah, I'm not sure if it happened in that way. And also, why you would need to speak English in order to resign. Because in chess you can pretty much always do this. Turn your king around or just stretch your hand out. People will understand it resigns. But it's one of the more famous Korchnoi anecdotes, so I guess we were referring to that. De Ruffi is saying, Jan, I really need an opening clinic after my recent tournament. I know. I've just been very busy with the candidates. Now on Friday I'm going to Grenke, where I'll do more commentary on a very exciting tournament with Magnus Carlsen. Certain Fabiano Caruana is playing, certain Levan Aronian, certain MVL, and others. So it's going to be tough to get an opening clinic again, because from Grenke I'm flying directly to Thailand to my annual tournament, the Thailand Open. When I'm back, I have some plans for how to improve the opening clinic format. We'll certainly tackle that. But apologies, it might take till the end of April, because I'm on the road again. Kaluki is sort of out-preparing me here in a Catalan. I used to look at all these lines. Bishop b4, knight, bishop b2, can't speak, bishop d2, knight d5. And queen b5 was one of the serious moves. But I do not recall details. What I do understand is that I'm a pawn up and he has very serious long-term positional compensation for it. Because my bishop is bad, white controls the center. So if I had to choose, I would take white in this position. In spite of the extra pawn that black has. Which is really all you need to know about this position. Because I do not centralize very easily. And also I do not take the side a pawn down. Normally. Mr. Dodgy is doing his one sincere comment of the month. He's saying the openings clinic is a really good idea. Thanks, Mr. Dodgy. I felt the format was slightly off. First of all, it normally ends up being 4-hour shows, which no one really wants to watch a 4-hour show waiting for the 2 minutes where I answered that question. And secondly, they're sort of hard to yeah, look up what opening question was asked when. So what I want to do, and we have to figure out how much we can do technically, but what I want to do is at least record them, probably not live, but locally, and then release them maybe once a week in 1 hour episodes, and hopefully also add some sort of index there, or break down at what point I talk about what stuff. Then, of course, the dream is that we make them searchable technically. Perpetual Samer is asking, are you doing the English commentary, Jan? I am, together with Peter Leko. I keep following the Peter principle to have a much stronger player than me, called Peter, being there, doing the commentary with me. But yeah, I'm doing the English commentary at the Grenke Chess Classic. There's more suggestions about the opening clinic format. I probably won't listen to those, but we'll see. Perpetual Samer saying, maybe group them a bit. The last time there were a lot of E4 questions that were rather similar. Yeah, I understand. I can't really control that, but the idea is also that every premium member gets a chance to ask his one question. And yeah, it does happen that a lot of them are rather similar. And also, I often feel like I've answered that very question in a previous show, which maybe if we make them a little more searchable, we'll have that a little less. But yeah, mainly I was saying I have some ideas about how to improve opening clinic business, but it's going to take a while because I'll be on the road until whenever it is, April 24th, something like that. Then there's going to be time for video series, opening clinics, all the good stuff. Ayun Kuma is asking how to play Jan. Become a Chess24 premium member, then challenge me. I normally give slight preference to players I've never played before. Yeah, that's all there is to it. In this game, Kaluki is playing well. He's trying to checkmate me, which I don't really appreciate. I guess I should throw in h6, trying to stop knight to g5. But I do still have my extra pawn. White still has compensation. So the status quo remains unchanged. That's one of the 3 words I use trying to feel smart about myself. The status quo. I don't know what to do. It would be nice to get this bishop into play, but bishop d7 now, knight c5 comes. So I'm not sure how great that is. Somehow my hand wants to play knight a5 after knight c5. It's not obvious to the brain part what the hand wanted to accomplish by playing knight a5. All right, let's go here. After all, I'm not a big South Park watcher, but I will get such references as Brave Sir Robin saying 1 become premium, 2 challenge Jan, 3 question marks. For profit. That is pretty much our business plan, is heavily Cartman based. So I understand that point. Still a pawn up, still tremendous compensation. Low on time now, so it's time to give up the pretense of trying to play an interesting chess game and just flag Kaluki, which is why we have all come here. We have assembled here today to wait for Kaluki to fall below 1 minute and then take as many of his pieces as we can after having been outplayed for the majority of the game. And yeah, this is gonna be tough. Therefore, Kaluki does resign. Thank you for the game, Kaluki. Well played. I'm gonna have to look up that line. In general, my stand is always that these lines, DC followed by knight c6 or a6, are a bit of a bluff. I like that Caruana did against Mamedyarov because I had the feeling he might have caught Mamedyarov off guard with it, but I don't think they should be a steady repertoire, which is why most of the world's best players play bishop e7 or bishop b4 check in this position. Anyway, let's play another jeu d'échecs. Jeu d'échecs? I guess it's a jeu. Not sure. What about Veselov? Veselov? German Fessel means pin, that's with double S. So I'm guessing Veselov means something very different. 1d4, I normally centralize this knight. c4, now my main move is e6, sometimes I play c6 or g6. This time around, let's play the good old Grunfeld. Haven't done that for a while, or at least that's how it feels. It's been less fun since everybody started playing g3 systems against it. But yeah, the mainstream Grunfeld in the old days. I used to do this a lot. I used to be into subtleties in castles followed by queen a5 directly, bishop g4. Why doesn't everybody play bishop g4? Questions like that. Bishop g4, queen b3, I think, was a bit of a scare back then. I'm not that much up to date with it anymore. Old Sheikh is saying, I think his French is better than he advertises. Seems like he enjoys murdering the language. If you mean that, it's really pretty terrible. Oops. My Techyan skills are also not better than advertised. No, I learned French for a couple of years in school. And I speak Spanish reasonably well. So there is... Well, Spanish speakers would disagree. But at least there is something I can go by when I try to understand random French words. But I'm pretty bad. Good enough to troll our friends MVL and Laurent Fressinet. But not good enough to maintain any conversation. Did I do something wrong? What was I doing here in the old days? I think I was starting with knight c6, which now I didn't do because bishop b5 bothered me. But as Veselov correctly points out, castles first allows rook b1. When after knight c6, he has d5. I'll play queen a5, hoping he blunders dc6, bishop c3. But if he doesn't, it's going to be one of these, I guess, slightly worse Grunfeldian endgames. This might be theory with a rook on d1. I think it's theory with a rook on d1. Not sure. Hendrik91 is asking, where is Jan's series on AlphaZero? Do I need to go premium for that? Yeah, it's somewhere. Click on watch or on learn. There you will have all the video series. You can either go premium or you can probably buy it for a modest fee. I have no idea. But yeah, the best deal, of course, to go premium. And you have access to all of them. One series to rule them all. Oh boy, I've yelled enough go premium the last 3 weeks. Not today. I've already done it 8 times during the show, right? Bishop d2. Fair. I guess I have to go b6. Not sure if I want to throw in bishop f3 gf or not, but I don't think I do. And Gustav Chatterjee, who used to be such a nice guy, seems to try to become a full-time troll, which I don't know why, but I think Mr. Dodgy will charge a lot for lessons in the art of trolling. It's not easy. I'm trying to get outplayed here by Fezelov, and I'm succeeding so far. Maybe I should watch that Svidler series one day. Yeah, it's not pleasant, this position. Guess I'm gonna have to go for, I don't know, bishop d7, bishop a6. I don't want to repeat moves, even though my position is crap. But any attempts to spice it up, there was already, arguably, bishop a5, ba, bishop to c6, even though I had some counterplay with bishop a6. And long story short, I'm worse, and I don't have a lot of active options here. Mr. Dodgy is saying he did troll Tibetan monks for 15 years. That's what I figured. It's not easy. First you have to get rid of your ego completely so you can just absorb the trolling. You have to be completely free of productive thoughts and have everything in your life based on must troll more. See, with all my trolling here, I'm making completely nonsensical moves such as rook a b8. And now I'm in really, really deep trouble after rook b8 check, bishop f8, 95, let's say. This might not end well. Fezelov crushing me. The problem is I'm not only passive, but I also have a horrible structure. So I'm sort of behind on the material front as well. Things not looking good. But of course, there is always the road to Phlegistan. Rook a8. It's not fun. What can I say? But now I'm fully focused. Let's go. Gimme. Back in business. Probably still not better, but there's hope. I guess he wants to give me a check on e6. Yeah. Worse things have happened. Better things have happened too. So I should make a move to stop him from doing so. And now, you know, Anton the A-pawn, he's fast. Yep, the tables have turned a little bit here. This is probably just lost for white. I have to figure out what the more precise way is. Bishop b4 appears to win a piece, but there is knight c6, so careful with such youthful enthusiasm. But rook f2, for example, looks fairly unpleasant. King h1, I can just go back. Renew the pin. Of course, I missed knight b3. I thought any knight move I have rook a2 or rook f6, but knight b3 is actually fairly clever. So kudos to Fezelov for that. Does not change the overall situation all that much after bishop e3. I'm still pretty winning. Still, was a good move. Forward. Maybe here, yeah? Rook e5. Then what do I do? I guess back. All the way back. And one day, this straw house that Fezelov is trying to build should collapse. But I should also one day not lose on time. Okay. Enough is enough. It's been fun. And Fezelov resigns here. The knight sort of found it tough to get back into the action. Thanks for the game, Fezelov, who completely outplayed me for the first half of it. I think, but I'd have to look it up. I can't remember stuff. That the line I actually used to play is something like this. And after d5 there was queen a5. Does that make sense? Who knows? Anyway, good game by Fezelov. Mikhailo Granik is saying, Jan, I have a very serious question. If I did not like Seinfeld Season 1, should I continue watching? I've never been a big Seinfeld guy. I love Curb Your Enthusiasm. I think it's one of the funniest things ever. Which is done by the same guy, but not within the restrictions of a network. So I would skip Seinfeld and jump straight into Curb Your Enthusiasm. Even though Curb Season 1 is not the strongest, you might try Season 3 there. Start something with there. If you don't like that, then I cannot help you. Then you're just a horrible, horrible person. But I can relate to not liking Seinfeld Season 1. Nagayum is asking, is it just me or the stream stopped? I guess it's just you. At least it's not me, it's you. Oh, no, you're supposed to say it the other way around, right? Let's play Kaffeeliebhaber. d4 again. No, this is wrong. I apologize. I don't like playing the Dutch, and I should not do it. It's like having dolphin footage shown in this program. I'm sorry. I should not give the Dutch a forum at all, and I do mean the opening. Ooh, feels uncomfortable already. Like, I'm not sure if bishop g5 and e3 bishop e2 is the most critical plan. But this pawn on f5, pawns never go back. And yeah, feels bad, man. We're gonna have to edit this out. Feeling like a priest who does one Sunday on. Nah, I'm not going there. But yeah, I'm feeling unholy. Now I'm fine, I guess, which makes it even worse. Because I don't want any good memories associated with the Dutch. But yeah, a4 wasn't ideal because my knight has a nice square here. And in general, whenever black is ready to play e5 in these positions, white should really try to stop it with d5. Which shows one of the great structural deficiencies. That then after e5, de6, you normally end up with a sort of silly d-pawn. Well, now I have a good position. And I don't like it. Marky Mark is asking, Jan, any gossips amongst the GM mafia at where in London? What are we talking about? Where the World Championship match will be? I have no idea. at all. My best guess is the venue has not yet been determined, but I don't have a clue. Normally, the GM Mafia, they aren't that concerned with venues and hotels until like the day before. Like I'm going to Karlsruhe on Friday. I have no idea where I'm staying or where stuff is being played. But we'll figure it out. Oh, poor Café Liebhaber. Blundered his bishop. Yeah, I'm very upset about this game, but it's my own fault for playing f5. I want to apologize to Café Liebhaber and everyone involved. Mr. Dodgy is pointing out, Magnus had some good Dutch wins. Yeah, he played the Stonewall, which is still bad, but sort of more acceptable. But, yeah. What can I say? He's pretty good at chess, and he enjoys trolling in the opening. Like, the Dutch 1f4, 1h3, 1 knight h3. He's doing all kinds of crazy things. Yeah, here I'm a piece up. I won't be able to spoil it. Old Shaky is saying, I'm going to London during the World Championship. Have a C24 banner next to a stall with premium members drink for free. That sounds fun. I'm a little worried that we might not be able to have a stall there if you look into the history. But it sounds like a good idea. Nagayun is asking, hey Jan, why have you stopped kind of playing tournaments? How dare you? Thailand Open, April, when is it? I forgot. 13 till 21. I should know such things. That's my one tournament. I'm playing that every year. But seriously, it's not like a conscious decision that I don't want to play tournaments anymore. I mean, I kind of work here, so my time is a bit limited, but I would have a bit more time to play. But I gotta find a reason to. Like, I'm not very ambitious as a young chess player anymore. If my rating is 2643 or 2644, I'll act like it won't change my life, even though I'll get very upset. Of course, if I win one rating point. But yeah, there's not so much that like I want to, or I can. Maybe I can improve, but that angle to want to improve. So it has to be a nice tournament. And financially, you do the math. If you play like your regular open tournament, there's whatever. First prize is 2,500 euros. There's 20, 30 Grandmasters. And it takes 10 days. Like, it's, yeah, normally not a very tempting proposition to do. So, yeah, it sort of happened that I mainly played the Thailand Open these years, for the last couple of years. But that's not an exclusive situation. An exclusive situation, I'm not making sense. But if I were to find a tournament that I like, ideally warm climate, or just a nice place to go, I'd happily play. I haven't really spent any energy on looking for tournaments though, so not sure if that situation will change in the near future. For now, I'm very eager to play the Thailand Open. Very nervous too. I haven't played for a year. That's not really true. I play my league games and German Cup and stuff like that. But as for tournaments, yeah, that has been the one recently. And I really like it, which is why I keep coming back. But I wouldn't mind having 2 or 3 others such tournaments. Fat and Old from Denmark. It's not a bad handle. Play z4. Let's play Le Sicillon. This is like the improved Dutch, because you're not ruining your king's position on move number 1. Oh, will you play the Mora Gambit? I've tried. Do we have that book somewhere here? I've tried reading up on the Mora Gambit recently, or I didn't get very far. But after becoming a Mora Gambit aficionado, while knowing nothing, what was I gonna say? I found this book in the office. It's not here, but it's written by Mark Esserman. Is that the name? And it looked like an excellent book. So I've been reading a bit. Forgot everything, but soon I will be big student of the Mora Gambit. I'm not sure if knight f6 is a move here. Can't take here. He had that point that in some line you could go knight f6, knight takes e4. Maybe it was here, maybe not. I think so. Then he said knight f6, queen e2. I have to look it up. But it looked like a good book. I enjoy reading it. And soon I'll be big champion of the Mora. don't you guys worry, because I'm sure you were really worried. Bolo Canolo is pitching the idea that I should bring these monkey t-shirts that I purchased in Thailand, the monkey playing chess. I've heard that idea many a time, but they're not so hard to find. And believe it or not, I'm not in the smuggling t-shirts out of Thailand business yet. Chapa Capacha saying it's evident Jan is only playing European players today. That's not true. I played a, what's the correct term? Yankee earlier. Moritz Jankowski, another Mora enthusiast. He said that's what Mark suggested. See? I have tremendous reading comprehension. I think, yeah, he means about Queen e2 instead of castles, right? Here I'm a little worried though. After bishop g5, what did it do? Bishop e7? Then he can take and take on d5. Think. As we know, chess is a constant struggle between the desire not to lose and the desire not to think. I've mentioned that before, but that's really what it comes down to. Marky Mark is saying, Jan, you need to plug the film Victoria again. Amazing. The whole film shot in one take. Yeah, I'm glad you liked it. I don't watch a lot of German movies, just like the rest of the world. But that one I thought was excellent. Can I go f6? Looks extremely risky. Bishop e7 feels like the correct move to make, but I'm really not a fan. Then he takes, queen takes, bishop d5, ed, queen d5, castles equal. Now, let's have some fun. Fun at my expense. My least favorite kind of fun. This just feels wrong. Something probably wins, like knight h4, knight d4, knight f6, gf, something. Struggling with the position and the th, which is a lot of struggles. How can you win though? It feels like, yeah, your typical Mora hacker would be happy to invest something. Bishop f6, gf, knight fg5. I'm panicking about all kinds of queen h5 checks, but I haven't seen a clear way for white yet. No, maybe it's not horrible. It should be horrible somehow, but I can't spot it. Fat and Old is also thinking, come on, there must be some way to crush. Which, yeah, can't be ruled out. Knight h4 was on my list of candidates. Fg, queen h5 check. How does that continue? Probably badly for me. Nice spot. I could like play some weird move like queen e7 maybe, preparing for queen h5 with queen f7. Oof, but it feels extremely dodgy as well. Yeah, well played, sir. What can I do? Take and run. This should not end well. But YOLO. Even the one time seems tough. Yeah, now I'm just in horrible trouble after any move really. Knight g5, knight g6, rook d1. I'd play knight g5. I'm not even winning material. And if you put your king on d7, you should at least be a piece up or something. Old Shaky is asking, Germany plays ice hockey? I don't think we do, but they randomly beat Canada at this winter thing, right? So I think Canadians were kind of upset about it. But no, if you hear hockey in Germany, they're talking about field hockey. Germans are very competitive about field hockey, but ice hockey is not a big thing here. Like there is a German ice hockey league, but I don't think it has a big following. Can I take? Not really. He would go rook d1, bishop d6, rook d6, king d6, rook d1, and then take my queen, which would be unpleasant. So I guess I should run. I'm gonna run to you. I am a very gifted singer. Old Shaky is asking, apart from football, what are the Germans good at? Negativity. Like, I'm personally very good at criticizing, and I feel that's a skill I share with many of my countrymen. Sports-wise, Germans are pretty decent at a lot of stuff, right? It's a big country. Did we win this medal count at the Winter Olympics? Or maybe second behind Norway? But yeah, soccer is sport number 1, 2, 3, 4 in Germany. And yeah, throw out some more stereotypes, please. Bring out the sausages. Gustav Chatterjee. How old are you, Gustav? 14? How many Germans have you met? He's saying Germans are very good at sadness. All right, we're learning more. I am German, so please tell me more about it. Speaking of sadness, this is a sad position to look at. I'm not sure if I'm lost, but it's not fun. That much I do know. And tremendous game by Fat and Old. King a6. I guess I should go back and then queen g3, e5. That seems a little more sensible than king a6, knight c5. Of course, we cannot repeat. b5 seems greedy. Marie Castan says Germans have no sense of humor. That's true. I think I'll just humorlessly ban Marie Castan for that comment. No, I won't. I was kidding. But since I'm German, it wasn't very funny. Anyway, this might sound strange, but in my opinion, it's a country of, 80 million people. They're not all the same, believe it or not. And probably you guys don't enjoy stereotypes about wherever you're from that much either. So I hope you understand that I don't think it's that nice. Also, why do I try to lose this game on time? Hurry up, Jan. You can do it. Make some moves. For once. Yay. Good game, Fat and Old. That was close. Oof. Sweat a little there. Let's play another one. Still sweating. Have to adjust after that game against Fat and Old. Yeah, Mora is dangerous. Even though, my spider sense was yelling not to play f6. In this position, I guess if you go bishop e7, black is fine, but it's sort of got very dull very quickly. This is just equal. So f6, knight h4 is probably just too much. Well played, Fat and Old. Let's play another game of chess. Peter made me sup. who has told me in private that he only subscribed because of me. That's actually me on his profile picture. Come on, seriously? That's just rude. Okay. The thing is, after d4, f5, every move favors white, obviously. So it's not easy to make a choice. Like, normally, I guess that's just g3, bishop g2, c4. And build a good position is the easiest way to handle this. But 2 knight c3, or 2 bishop g5, or 2 bishop f4, or yeah, any move, any sensible move you can think of, will also get you a very good position. Therefore, a lot of quote-unquote experts will only go d4, d6, or d4, g6, and then go f5 later after you committed to something. But generally, yeah, it's not a fun opening. Here after d5, I guess I should just take this, or it looks very good for it. Yeah, the only question is, can black get in e5 to free his position? But I think if I'm a little careful, he will not be able to do it. And then it's gonna be suffering. c5 I could take, or I could just play c3 or c4. c4. So many options. Yeah, I'll go here. Just to open the position while his king is on g8 and does not have shelter. c3 or dc, or dc, queen b2, c4. Maybe that was the best way to do it. All looked quite tempting as well. I'm guessing cd4 when the simplest way to play would be cd, ed, knight d4 he can't take because of bishop h7, but then knight c6, and I'm only a little better, I guess. Maybe queen h5 wins material then. We'll see when we get there. Getting there, we are. I think he has to go ed e5, or maybe e5. That looks very slow. I'm gonna have to think. I missed e5, to be honest, but it feels slow. Queen e1, or I'm gonna have to make a clever move after e5. Oh, he goes e5, which I did miss. Still don't like it. Rook e1, bishop g4 is a little worry. Queen c2 is also a move. Yeah, maybe queen c2 is smart. So many options. Not sure about queen c2. My point was if h6, let's say, then rook a e1, because I felt like I have to target this e5 pawn quickly before black manages to develop. g6, same story. And yeah, if black has to go knight to d7, then I will have many unpleasant options, like queen c7 maybe. This looks awkward. And I also feel like I should expand my vocabulary a bit because I'm overusing awkward, which is my defining trait. But there must be more words to describe such situations. Perpetual Sailor is saying, you're a GM, Jan, you don't miss, you forgot. No, that's not how it works. You can only forget if you're 2750 plus. There is official vocabulary. That's the one way you distinguish yourself from the run-of-the-mill grandmasters. If you say, oh, I forgot about this move, that means you're 2750 plus. It's only the accepted lingo for the Super Grandmaster Club. Me, I miss stuff. Queen b6, good move. I wanted to go here. Hoping that this pawn on c7 would have a long and prosperous career. Yeah, generally, as usual, black's position is bad because his king is weak, because he played 1 f5. I understand I'm oversimplifying, and it helps to be arguably the stronger player to prove my point there. But I also feel that there is quite a bit of truth to it. that in many, especially these Leningrad duchies, the game sort of continues in some random way. And then, at some point, players look up and they see, ugh, my king does not have a lot of shelter. And I must now resign. This is one of these cases where that could potentially happen in the not so distant future. Because this is a bit of a problem. RDT123 is asking, Jan, can you tell me how to improve by myself? Thanks. I don't think there's a method that is the same for everyone. In general, if you like chess and you like improving, which sounds like you do by that question, then just try to absorb any chess information you can. Be it Chess24 video series, be it books, be it just following games and replaying them, trying to figure out what you want to play in the positions where grandmasters play them, and then you can check it out with the engine later. I don't think people are very conscious about how chess improvement works. So I've always felt that, just expose yourself to as much knowledge or as much input, chess input, as you can out there. And the improvement will happen in its own way. Okay, I'm winning, but I must still get the job done. Rook e5 is maybe the most showy. Is that any good? 95, 4. It's probably good enough, but good enough is the enemy of good. Is that true? Rook e5, 95, f4, king h6, fe, queen c5. It's sort of winning, I don't know. Feels like there were cleaner ways. So I'll just lose on time instead. Hashtag why not? The good thing is I'm material up and his king is on g5. So my position can't be too horrible. But Mr. Dodgy is saying not to pick on Jan for once, but few GMs have really improved as adults. That's generally a problem, right? Chess is very complicated and it's sort of gets tougher the older we get. So, well, I haven't been very active for a long time, but I've reached my level pretty much at age 23, which is like 15 years ago. And I feel that's more or less the normal occurrence for grandmasters, or most chess players, I guess, that it's getting much harder to improve once you reach that age. So yeah, that's an important improvement tip. Do your improvement early while you're young. It gets much, much more difficult. It's like learning languages. Yeah, really not making this easy. Still winning, but I'm not very impressed with the way I've played. Oh, and now it might be the king's counterattack, the famous king running to g3, checkmating me over there. But I do have this little Abzugsschach, which helps my case. I have a feeling I always get this wrong. Helps my cause or helps my case? Are they both correct? And Peter made me sub does resign. Thanks for the game, Peter made me sub. Bull Terrier saying, I'm 70 and try to learn to fend off Alzheimer's. That does sound like the best reason for chess improvement I've heard, maybe ever. Because, let's face it, it's a stupid and futile exercise. All these chess studies and all the hours we spent into them. But if you can do it at age 70, hats off to you, sir. I didn't really mean the stupid part. I was referring this movie. Stupid and futile gesture, which I enjoyed. Oh, our old friend Latvian Gambit. I haven't seen Latvian Gambit around for a while. Maybe I should play the Latvian Gambit against Latvian Gambit, no? Nah, I can't really do that. It's too bad of an opening. I think 2f5 might be even worse than 1f5. But it looks like Latvian Gambit might not be with us, so let's count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Abort, sorry Latvian Gambit. This can only take hours. And finally, I found someone I've never played before, whose name is Dickiberta. Old Shaky is saying, well, I'm off. Gotta do the shopping before everything closes over Easter. Have fun. Oh, are shops closed tomorrow? Nah, I think they're still open here tomorrow. Like tomorrow is a holiday in some places and it's not in some other places. Is that right? I'm reasonably sure. Shops are open here tomorrow. Bluesy is asking, Jan, do you know a grandmaster who started chess as an adult? I do not. Like there are some stories about... No, there's some stories about guys that started chess when they were 16. I can't think of a name. But I don't know any such cases. Like I started playing tournaments when I was 10, 11, and that's already quite old. Like 4. Grandmasters. But yeah, I think I've heard of some cases. Sorry, I can't think of the names now. That, yeah. Started playing at 16, but as an adult, I haven't heard of any. I might be wrong, though. I've done video series on all this stuff. Can't remember a thing as usual. DC... What did I say? These weird chop lines with E6, B4, A5, C3. No, those are not those lines. Iche Visser became Grandmaster at age 40, if I'm correct, is what CP Carter says. Yeah, there's many Grandmasters that became Grandmasters late in life, some even at 60 plus when they were winning the World Senior Championships, but I doubt they did not start playing as kids. I could be wrong. And yeah, Jan Hein Donner, whose book, The King, by the way, I enjoyed greatly, started at 14. That's very old. These lines are all very weird and confusing. Generally, white is a pawn up, but he has to be very careful to keep his pawn chain alive, because b6 is a constant menace. And there's also often the problem that this bishop on f4, which looks nice and active, could actually become a liability if I do sharp stuff like knight e4 followed by g5 or queen f6. I think this is a position where knight h5 and knight e4 both made sense. Is that right? We'll find out. I'm honestly not sure about details here. Nate Young is saying, your views on improving at an older age hit hard for me. Finally have the time to do a lot of daily study. No, I do think, I'm not an expert on the topic. I do think it's always possible to improve. Like, I think, we'll never find out because I won't do it. But I think that I could still improve if I spent more time on chess. But yeah, to like become a completely new player. If you start playing at 18 and then to become a grandmaster at age whatever. 25. That's very tough if you haven't like built some instincts as a child. That's my main point. Not that you can't improve. I think one can pretty much always improve because putting in the hours helps in all the fields, doesn't it? I'm not sure if it does, but I think it does. F3, I've seen this position before, which is my way of improving, just trying to randomly remember what positions I've seen before. I have no idea what's going on. G5, bishop E5, F6, bishop D4. Doesn't look great, does it? Maybe I was supposed to take here first so that I could throw in a queen F6 here. Maybe I did that wrong. Scared. So what do I do? Queen H4 check. G3 doesn't seem to work, does it? Queen F6, F8, nah. G5 feels like the move you want to play, but bishop E5, F6, bishop D4. I really can't see a move. E5, I guess, FE, ED, but that looks very shaky. Anyway, I'll do it because I can't think of anything better, and I'm too proud to retreat all the way to F6. But it feels wrong. Bishop E5, F6, bishop D4. I haven't seen a good way. Log11 says, I suppose the enjoyment must always be there. I'm not sure if that's the case, to be honest. Like, if the enjoyment is not there, very few people will do it unless you're more or less made do it by your parents at an early age, which of course there are many cases of that too. In which case, I think even without the enjoyment, the hours put in will make you improve at chess. But why would you do it, especially at a later age, if you're not pursuing it as a career? Or why would you do it if you don't like it in the first place? So we're going down the stretch, which I did not like one bit for me, but at least it's a weird position. And I thought maybe Dicke will eventually get confused. But so far, after just ED4, I am not very happy. B5 also very possibly very strong. CD makes a lot of sense too. Now, try to at least create some confusion by trying to break up this white pawn formation here. If queen b4, I'll go b6. And who knows? It's probably bad for me, but it could get very messy. RDT123 keeps asking the same question, phrased differently. Jan, how did you arrive to become a GM? What methods did you use? I used no methods. I tried to beat the other kids, and I read books. And yeah, just tried to absorb whatever information was thrown my way. Believe it or not, but you probably believe it because I'm so petty. I'm very, very competitive. And I never considered it work. My teenage years looking at chess, I quite enjoyed it, even though it was mainly driven by competitive spirit and not so much by whatever you want to call it. An appreciation for the aesthetic beauty of chess. I sort of lack that. That's why I'm also not good at certain parts like endgames, because I don't enjoy studying those, and I never have really looked at the parts that I didn't enjoy that much. But I honestly, and I think most grandmasters, or most players that have thought about this even, or have done this, not thought about this, I came across wrong. Most strong players will tell you there is no method. Just absorb information, and then we don't know how our brains work, how they put it together. Just have faith in them that they will somehow. The one thing that is known is that one has to put in the hours. Like, I'm more on the talent is overrated camp, even though very many smart people have told me that I'm just wrong about this, and it could very well be. But I don't know any grandmaster that has not put in the hours. The 10,000 hour theory of whatever. Looking at chess, reading, playing, all the good stuff. So that one, I don't think there's a shortcut. But as for the methods, I do not know. And I don't think there are such methods. I'm also not sure if I will keep my Grandmaster title after this game, because I'm getting crushed by Digiberta. But such is life. What to do? Nothing really works, right? Bishop c4, knight d5 looks bad. bc, knight c3 is very surprising combination, Digiberta, but it does certainly seem to work. So yeah, I don't know what to do. Take here and have a horrible position. I'm also sort of losing on time. So no. Speed it up! Oh, knight d5. Most people would have recaptured the bishop, but I have zero doubts that this is good for white. I will speed up though. You better do the same thing. That, yeah, did not go well. Drama, a lot of drama. Digiberta crushing me. What are we talking about? Sorry, I had to do my flagging there, so I couldn't keep track with the chat. The art of chess improvement. Yeah, I don't know. That's my main problem. Lefty John saying spring break with Jan. Is it spring break? Who knew? I've watched that movie Spring Breakers. That's pretty much all I know about spring break. I've never gotten to join the festivities. Does sound fun though. Where do you crazy kids go? You go to like Florida Keys? No, Fort Lauderdale? Where do people go for spring break? I've been to Fort Lauderdale. It was nice. D4 against Blitzmesser. 1032. I do have 3 times your rating, sir. Or do I? I don't have 3 times your math skills. So I'm gonna need like 8 hours to figure that out. No, I lack 3 points. That's sad. Lefty John saying Daytona is a huge party. Not an expert, but I will have my spring break related experience, I guess. I'll be in Thailand during Songkran, which is the Thailand New Year's festivities. I don't think it's connected to a spring break. It's the... It's a mess. In Germany, yeah, we're not. No, I shouldn't stereotype after I get upset about it earlier. I don't think we have anything like that. We have the Fasching in certain parts of the country. Like in Cologne, there's this big carnival thing where everybody gets drunk for a couple days. But other than that, nah, we have... I don't know. And Blitzmesser after a6. I telegraphed my intention. I want to go b5. You should stop me from doing so by playing a4 here. Because after castles, b5, bishop e2, b4. Yeah, the knight has to retreat. And I might get my greedy little hands. I have Trumpian hands. No, that's not true. I have giant hands. On this pawn. Perpetual Stalemate is saying, spend the spring mating with minor pieces and see if it improves your chess. And I'm gonna have to look up pieces in the Urban Dictionary. But yeah, I think probably does not improve or hurt your chess, no? So I pawn up, and yeah, it's not so easy for a Blitzmesser to get his pieces out, because my Grunfeld or King's Indian bishop is very powerful on this diagonal here, and therefore this bishop can't really move because b2 is always hanging. He should play knight b2, as he does, and hope for the best, but of course it's a pretty bad position for white. Let's push. I paused because I wasn't that sure about knight g5 here. And b3 as a mistake, because as I mentioned, on this long diagonal, there's targets and the rook. Was one of those. bc4. Many options, but mainly we're in rook up territory, which I'm not sure if you knew this, Blitzmesser. I'm a bit of an authority on that topic. Mr. Dodgy is saying good flagging is like good trolling. There is some skill required. I agree. That's why I always get upset when I don't get proper credit for all the flagging or all the trolling that I'm doing here. When I still work on these things, everybody's allowed to make moves more quickly in order to not get flagged. So I've always considered it, even though you could of course argue in the context of Banter Blitz, where ideally I would do something sensible so we could all learn something. It's maybe not the most appropriate skill. I've always considered it a completely legitimate victory. Of course, you don't do unsportsmanlike things like I don't play on... Yeah, okay. I guess it depends on your own definition. But I wouldn't play on rook versus rook and stuff like that. But in general, this, oh no, he flagged me, that's not a victory. I never understood that logic. Same thing with, oh no, he's not trolling. If it's funny, it's funny. There's funny trolling and unfunny. You can't mope us all together. What else is going on? So yeah, I'm going to Grenke before. I'm still working on a little video project by my alter ego, which I hope I'll get done tomorrow. I still need some ideas and stuff for it, so I'm not sure. I'm going to the dentist tomorrow, as I'm sure you guys will be very excited to hear. I put my relationship with my dentist on hold during the candidates because I told him, I don't need to make sense, but I need to be able to speak. Therefore, let's not do all these injections during the candidates. But we're back, baby. The old bum is saying, I'm working on Yusupov's book series. I haven't read all of his series, but I can tell you that Yusupov is not only one of the nicest human beings I know, but also really, really knows what he's talking about whenever it comes to chess. I personally learned a lot from the 2 video series that I did with him. Oh no, it's 3 video series by now, right? On Magnus Carlsen, prophylactic thinking, and good technique. So yeah, anything Artur does, I'm sure is great, and I recommend it. Ed Silly Midon is asking, Jan, would you win a chess boxing match against Thug Grishuk? I don't know. Obviously, I'd be an underdog in the chess part, even more so. Well, in any chess part, but I guess you have little time in chess boxing formats, so that'd be pretty bad. As for the boxing part, my Best guess is neither Grishuk or I have ever boxed in our lives. We have similar body types. We're both tallish. But in general, Grishuk is one of the smarter gamblers, competitors out there. So if he would agree to a chess boxing match, which I would, I don't think I'd have a shot because he's very, very smart about finding his edges. But I'm afraid it will never happen. I would probably beat Stockfish in a chess boxing match. Here against Blitzmesser, sorry, I stopped talking much about the game. My material advantage is so great by now that it was hard to go wrong after, I grabbed all these pieces on the back rank. Pretty much, two important moments. I feel like the one is, okay, this is more subtle. Castles is not a mistake per se, especially if you're sort of new to chess. But it does make sense to stop me from playing b5 here. Just play a4, and the position is perfectly fine for white. And later on, it was already difficult, but of course b3 dropping the rook after that is hopeless. Well, knight g5. It's probably bad, but the fight continues. Anyway, thanks for the game, Blitzmesser. Oh, a lot of noobs here. By noobs, I mean people I've never played against, like Trouble G. What time is it? Still a little time. Actually, I might. Okay, I'll play some more games. We haven't done this for a while. Trouble G, 2500 player from the Greece. That is the correct pronunciation. Pronunciation, I'm not. Oh, come on, stop playing f5, people. You're just doing this to tease me, right? I actually do have a pretty decent record against all these f5s. It's not like this is plus EV. But I'm talking against walls and walls and walls. You want to play this knight e5 system? Alright, let's do it. This is at least sort of a fun line. It's not very good. I've known this line since my childhood. Knight c6, d5, knight to e5. If you want to bail out, then you can play queen b3 here. But objectively, takes, I think both e4 and c5 are supposed to favor white here. And let's see how our game against Trouble G will go. d6, I guess. c6. This does not look like a bad pawn, does it? This has not made me a convert. And Chess Hire Cat is pointing out Trouble G has double E. That is very true. What now? H6, G5, F4? That normally is the plan B for Dutch players. No, don't open the queen side. A4 is a bit random, I'm not sure, but my position is so overwhelming already. Here we go. I'll ask for it by removing all my defenders from the king side. Give it to me, baby. Not sure what I've done to my position here, actually. This was just bad. Now I'm embarrassed and slightly ashamed. That's the problem with talking all that trash about the Dutch. You gotta back it up, and then if you make a sequence of completely ridiculous moves, like the one I just did, the stakes become so much higher. I guess I'm still sort of okay, but this was not what the doctor ordered. Ay. Also not sure about queen d5. I really want to put a rook on b7, so I'm trying to clear the way. But, of course, exchanging queens is not necessarily in my best interest here. Here we come. Now there's trouble for Mr. G. But yeah, I'm not even gonna argue that's because of the Dutch and because you don't have an F pawn. So the 7th rank is exposed, an F7 pawn. This was just horrible execution by me from a more or less winning position after 30 moves. So, bad game. Bad opening. Bad karma. All that stuff. I'm pretty good with 2 pieces up. It's not like one of my strengths, like the rook up situation, but I'm still decent at it. Then again, I only do have 2.5 minutes left. Trouble G is now troubled by the d pawn. So yeah, that was a bad game. And as for the opening, e6 followed by c6 strikes me as wrong. What do they normally do? They play e4, h6, g5, queen e8, queen h5, which doesn't really work, but at least it's interesting. No, well, e6, d6, c6 does not look correct to me. Anyway, thanks for the game, Trouble G. Let's play maybe 2 more. So many new faces here. Very happy to crush all of you. Like Santiago Barbeito. Sorry. Yeah, I am opening myself up to a lot of future trolling with all these Dutch rants, but I genuinely feel that playing 1 f5 should not help your chances. With the usual caveats that, yeah, a lot of strong players have done it, that it leads to complicated positions. I understand that sometimes in order to play for a win, blah, blah, blah. Nah, I'm not buying any of that. Santiago's not with us. Sorry, Santiago. Then we will play Lumi02. Lumi2. RDT is saying, Jan, why not play classic games live or rapid? Who has the time to play classic games live? There, I think a better way to deal with these classic games is actually have strong players play them and then commentate on them, which I just did for 14 rounds. Lumi02 also not here. Philip Kane, what's going on, Philip Kane? Still autograph hunting? Hi Jan, I need your help, please. The Karpov autograph will only maybe work out Is there a chance that you can help me get something signed from either Anand or Kramnik? Of course I will pay whatever this costs, but this is sort of my last resort to bother with you with this. I just need something signed for the 60th birthday for my first trainer. I remember we talked about this, and yeah, you want to get in touch via Hockenheim with Karpov. I know I can't promise anything. I can ask Vichy to sign something in Baden-Baden. He's playing, right? I should know this. It starts on Saturday, and I'm still struggling with the field. Let's look it up. Rank Chess Classic 2018. Where's the list? Is Vichy playing? I should really know this by now. Caruana, Aronian, Vichy Anand, Georg Mayer, Akari Naidic, MVL, Magnus Carlsen, heard of that gentleman, Hu Yifan, Nikita Vityugov. So yeah, can't promise anything. And Philip Kane. I also have a horrible memory, even though I will write it down. But if I catch Vichy in a good mood, what do you want him to sign? This is me taking notes here. This is not me checking my phone. But I can never remember stuff. Philip Kane sign stuff by Vichy. Alright, let's play another game while we're sorting that out. Also, before you all come up with this, I'm not in the business of chasing signatures. I thought Philip Keynes had a touching story, wanted to do something for his first friend, but please, don't make me ask all these strong players for their signature. Even though, of course, we currently have plenty Svidler signatures on mugs. Noted, Philip Kane. I'll see what I can do, but can't promise anything, of course. Oops, sorry. Did I start a game? I can't focus on two things at once, like reading and clicking. How hard can that be? All right, 2 more games, then we'll wrap it up. It's Selison. Nate Young is saying, I'm not following. He's just wrote that in his live stream gag notes. I write everything down on my phone, not just random live stream gags. I guess I should. At some point, stop using this, what in German it's called Notizen function, and have everything there. Actually get organized, but organizing stuff, painful, no? I'm more organized than I used to be. Like, I have this Google Calendar, which, since Google obviously knows everything about me from all my internet trolling and my Gmailing, they pretty much know way more about the 3 appointments I have per year than I do. So Google Calendar pretty much tells me everything I ever need to know. But yeah, as for taking random notes, I just write them down on my phone. Castle. Generally in these positions, bishop b6 is a very typical move, trying to sidestep d4. I am normally team h6 when it comes to, let's take a tempo to stop white from going. Bishop to g5. And here, there's different approaches. Knight e7, knight g6 is typical. Bishop b6 to prepare that. Bishop e6 with or without rook to e8 first is also a very typical move that they often play here. I'm always a little worried about entering these bishop e6, fe structures. But I'm guessing they're not terrible. Well, this plan, rookie 1, knight f1, that's the problem. If you're dealing with a solid white player, he can pretty much always do that on autopilot. And it won't be easy to fight against. But such is life on the black side of these positions. I might have blundered d4, d5 there, which is why you typically want to go bishop b6 at some point earlier on. I'm talking about if he had taken on e6, I probably would have had to play fe because rook e6 or queen e6, d4 followed by d5 is a tactic that I should be familiar with after 20 years of playing e4, e5. Here, what do I do? d5 looks natural. b4 or rook b8. I guess here. Brave Sir Robin is saying, I'd guess that chess players drink more coffee than the average person. Oh, maybe that's why I'm so edgy today. I forgot to get a coffee. I've had some coffee today. But not enough. It's time to do something on the queen side. Queen d1 looks a little strange, but it's actually not ridiculous because he's preparing knight h2, queen f3, knight g4, knight f5, these typical attacking motions you have on these structures. So it's generally a decent idea to create some counterplay / distraction on the queen side. Generally, you don't get checkmated here if your bishop has access to the f8 square. And in this particular position with the queen on d1, de4 also looks unpleasant, because after de, queen d1, followed by knight e4. Does look pretty good. I'll just mute myself from now on. d2 is a mistake, but yeah, the position was grim. Bishop e3, I guess. But it did not look good anymore. Knight f5 was a serious mistake. Generally, you want to avoid the exchange of queens here. Go queen e2, and then knight h2, and try to go for these slow attacking plans. Also, after bishop b3, I guess ab makes a lot of sense, as Itzeleisen does resign. Because now he's losing too much material. Anyway, thanks for the game. And one last one for today. Then that is it. Bunch of non-premium challenges, which I can't accept, unfortunately. So let's play against Frankie Four Fingers. I've heard of Frankie Four Fingers. That's a Capone associate? That's some old mobster, I know that much. Or is it a reference to that movie? What's it called? I forgot what that movie is called. But I've heard of Frankie Four Fingers. Just can't put him anywhere. Can you do this, by the way, guys? Maybe this is my one true talent. With my 4 fingers. Snatch! Is it from Snatch? There we go. It's a good movie. I haven't seen Snatch in a long time. The movie. Sickos. E3, knight f3. Nothing wrong with it. I think in this move, or most people start with bishop d3. but nothing particularly wrong with knight f3. Now I'll go d5, when bishop d3 will still transpose to mainline territory after c5. And yeah, in my critically acclaimed by Mr. Dodgy, he said, Jan's d4 video series made me hate chess. And that has been the purpose of it. I covered this line, which if you know what you're doing here, I think it's more or less accepted that black is totally fine. It's also more or less accepted that no one really remembers what to do here. But generally, if they make you take on c3, might as well. If they spend a tempo, a3, bishop e7, I guess is fine too. But this looks very harmonious. Queen c7 is coming, rook c8, and Karpov would be happy. Oh, did I mix him up with Frankie Five Angels? Was that Sopranos? There's so many Frankie mobster characters. A lot of Googling to do now. Frankie Five Angels. That's Frank Pentangeli. That's what I thought. Frankie Four Fingers. Ah, it's Benicio del Toro's character. See, I haven't seen that movie forever. Queen e2 looks fine. I guess I'll go here. There is this typical spiel to play knight g4, hinting at bishop f3 followed by queen h2, which can sometimes be very unpleasant to meet. Like if he plays a careless move here, like rook ac1, knight g4, could already be a bit of an issue. Sometimes white goes bishop d3. Here, I would probably take because I'm greedy. But a typical way to play after bishop d3 is knight g4 and then bishop e4 takes, go back and use that little tactic to exchange the light square bishops. Well, now it looks like g3 is only moved, but that's already tricky. Bishop f3 followed by queen c4. At the very least gives me a sound structure, and I can probably do something more greedy. Bishop f3, queen f3, knight h2, or knight e5. Probably not knight e5, but I'll think of greedier ways when we get there. Or just queen c6. This already looks highly unpleasant for white. Maybe the best is to give that pawn on h2, play rook fd1 or rook fe1, but it doesn't look ideal either. Knight e5. Yeah, not pleasant as mentioned. Once again, options. Queen e5 obviously fine, queen c6 always looming as well. But nothing particularly wrong with just taking, as far as I can tell. Bishop b5. Please go away. Ah, he wants to go bishop f4? No, he doesn't. Maybe should have wanted to go bishop f4. No tricks. No tricks yet. Sad. I don't know. A lot of options. I guess I'll just install the Kraken and go bishop d5. Black is better. But still some work to do. I'm so greedy. Nah, knight a3 feels too off topic. So that's it for today. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks everybody for joining in during the candidate show. It's been, I think, a fun tournament. I've heard some complaints that the quality of play wasn't the highest and so on, but I guess that's also, first of all, I'm not sure if that's true, because it was very entertaining, and the more entertainment you get, the higher the number of quote-unquote incorrect move gets. Like, of course, Kramnik, if he wanted to avoid mistakes, he could play very, very differently, for example. And same goes for Levon and so on. But yeah, I thought it was a fun tournament. And also, when the stakes are so high, it's typical you don't see people at their most accurate. But there's only one tournament every 2 years that determines the next challenger. So I had a lot of fun covering it, and thank you guys for showing up at the show, because if you didn't, there'd be no show. Don't checkmate me, Frankie. I thought we were friends, and now all of a sudden you come after my king. It's sort of, yeah, as usual, mentally wrapped up the game. Now I have to be worried. Won't curb my greed, of course, but worried I am. Defense. So aggressive, this Frankie character. Still defense? I guess so. Even though it feels a little passive. Yeah. Oof, what am I doing? Really daydreaming? I thought he can't recapture because then gh6 wins the queen, which is not how chess works. Now I have to flag. Maybe I'm still checkmating, but it's really by accident at this point. And I want to apologize to Frankie Four Fingers and to all the viewers who thought Jan is a grandmaster. I know he's a little washed up and inactive, but he will show us how to win such a position. Bunch of pawns up with the light squares. Did not really happen. Thank you guys for watching anyway. It's been fun, as always. See you, hopefully, during the Grenke Chess Classic commentary. Starts on Saturday. I'm traveling on Friday with another Peter. That's a great commentator. Peter Lako, the former Vice World Champion. One of the best out there when it comes to explaining chess and the minds of great chess players. So join us in that show. And enjoy your Easter holidays or Easter festivities, spring break, whatever you guys got coming up. It's been fun. See you soon. Bye.